Hi guys, Colin Taylor here, and we are going to be talking about Mastergroom. And I have with me my sidekick and my neighbour. We call her Beyonce, but her real name is Linda Williams. But we got the Beyonce hair done in our lovely vacation that we just came back from. Yeah. So, Mastergroom 2017.
Right, a few people have been asking me why the venue has been changed.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like change, but you know what? Change is good. I wanted, for one, the Peterborough Arena is huge. We're not going to be in the arena, we're going to be in the atrium, plus some other rooms off of the atrium. Hopefully one year we will be in the arena, which means we can make it huge. But there's a lot more positives. It's easy parking, easier for the competitors to wheel all their equipment in, easier for the vendors to unload and to load. It's just a nicer venue. Hotels are really, really close by. You've got the Holiday Inn, the Marriott, which is right outside the gates of the Peterborough Showgrounds. And, you know, it's not that, I mean, if you get into the train from London, it's for like 55 minutes on the train. So it's not that much of a difference when it comes to travelling.
No. And also, is it over 2 days or 3 days? There's been a bit of confusion.
She's going to start laughing.
I know.
Okay, so, no, you can laugh. No, don't cut it. No, you're funny. So it is normally always over 2 days, but we have it over 3 days. So we've added the Dream Seminar. The Dream Seminar idea came from Barbara Prukel in Canada, because when I went to Calgary to judge, we have the seminar for the competitors on the Friday. Then they had a good idea about what to expect on the Saturday and Sunday. At Mastergroom UK, I wanted the Dream Seminar to be about competition work and salon work, so you can merge the two together. So the seminar is relevant for the seasoned groomer who's been grooming for 30 years, like us, or the groomer who's maybe at grooming school or only been grooming a few months. It's how to bring that little bit of added flair into your pet grooming, but also what it takes to become a winner.
No, is that just open? That first day, is that just for competitors?
No, it's for competitors or spectators. So I've done it so the Dream Seminar is £70 for the day. If you come to the Dream Seminar, that automatically gets you into Mastergroom Saturday and Sunday. Now, if you don't come to the Dream Seminar, which I hope you do, and you'll be silly not to, because it is going to be amazing, with Barbara Prukel, Pina from the USA, and Angela Cayley, you're going to miss out on a lot. Even though we do have seminars on the Saturday and Sunday, I strongly recommend people to come to the Dream Seminar.
Okay. And is there like a disco evening function?
Absolutely. We got the Saturday Night Liz Paul Awards, which is the Escalap Liz Paul Achievement Awards. This is being held every single year at Mastergroom, and this year is the 9th year of Mastergroom. And once again, we have the Liz Paul Awards. We do have a little bit of a spin on, there might be some more awards which haven't been mentioned yet, going to certain people. But we have 12 official awards. The 13th award is the Lifetime Achievement Award, and which is a real special thing to me. Liz Paul was a very special groomer, one of the most decorated groomers in the USA. She actually is from the UK. And so the awards are in her name because she sadly passed away. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So we got the gala dinner, which is a 3-course meal. We got disco, and we got the awards, and that's £45. There is a vegetarian option for my little vegetarian groomers out there, so don't feel left out.
Okay. What else?
You know you shouldn't say
I know. But we're not professionals, are we?
Well, I'm a professional speaker. I don't know about you.
I'm not professional.
Well, you're supposed to ask me about cost.
Costs, yeah. I was supposed to ask you about costs, so let's talk
and
about costs.
And why is
it the cheapest
show?
Well,
you know what? I don't like to use the word cheap. It really winds me up, the word cheap. However, last year I got some, not complaints, but I got some feedback, and I love feedback, whether it be, as long as it's constructive criticism, I'm all about it. Saying it was a little bit too expensive. Now, even though I didn't think it was, I made it very, very cheap. So if you do not come to the Dream Seminar on the Friday, you can come Saturday or Sunday or both days, and it's £15 for one day, £20 for both days, which is crazy cheap.
That is good.
And once again, that gets you into seminars, competition, and shopping. So throughout the day on the Saturday and Sunday, we got all the shopping you can do, more seminars, and we got, you know, everything going on, including the student and newcomer class. That's sponsored by Oster, where you get a free clipper.
Mm-hmm.
We got like 10 more spaces for that class, so get in soon for the student newcomer class. You have to be at grooming school or 6 months out of grooming school, so that qualifies you for that class. Also, while we're talking about classes, remember, if you've competed before and you've got first place, then you have to move up to the next division. However, only in that class or that breed. But if you have any questions, you can message me, because that will depend on what show you got first place at and how many people you beat in that class.
So if I did a poodle last year and won with that poodle, and I've got a fox terrier this year,
you can still.
I don't have to move up with the fox terrier.
Only in the
only
poodle.
with the breed.
However, if you were in the poodle class and you only beat one dog or two dogs, I will allow you still to stay down. Because you know what, at the end of the day, I'm a realist. You cannot necessarily say, well, you qualify now to compete against the Peter Ensels or, you know, the Amy Mansers of the world. You know, you have to be realistic and fair. And you know what, just because you've been grooming 2 years doesn't mean to say that you have all the skill levels in every single breed. No. So you've got to try and keep it real. Do you get it?
Oh, I get that now.
Any questions from you, Johnny, on the live?
No, there's loads of people saying hiya.
Hiya! Is hiya, are they English? They must be English, they're saying hiya.
Yeah.
Hiya!
Angela Cayley agrees that it makes sense what you're saying. So
Angela, she's incredible, isn't she? Angela Cayley is good. Now, Angela Cayley, and while we're talking about, you know, like, I'm not going to call her a veteran, because she might get mad at me. But in the end of the day, she is a veteran. In this industry, you know, Angela Cayley and the judges I've picked are people that were were the people that I looked up to when I was a student, which Angela Cayley, Linda Forsyth, Peter Young, Anita Bax, you know, all these people that are judging this year were the people that I looked up to at 15 years old as a groomer. Yeah. And you know what, we have to give them respect, because these people also, they did lay down the pathway for us, which we are walking in today. So, in my opinion, we have to understand that when you see somebody and they are of a certain age of whatever, you've got to give them respect, because they've been in this industry a long, long time. Don't take that offence, Angela, you know I love you. And you know what, give them the respect that they deserve.
So if people want to buy tickets or enter, where do they start? Where do they go?
So you go on to www.mastergroom.org. That's www.mastergroom.org. It will have you all the information on there. However, if you have a college and you want to get a group rate, you have to give me a call. And oh my God, I'm going to forget my home number now. But my cell number is 07887 473 422. However, give me a few days, because I lost my cell phone in Orlando last week. But if you want a group rate, you can give me a call on my cell phone. And but you know, or you can go on to www.mastergroom.org. You can go through all the entry there. You can enter for the competition. You can pay for your gala dinner ticket. You can pay for your dream seminar ticket. Anything you want.
Cool.
We have a question.
Go ahead.
Can we bring our own dog for the journey if just spectating?
Yes, you can bring. Okay, now this is a question that I get asked a lot. Yes, you can. However, it has to be well behaved. Especially if it's a husky. No, I'm just joking. What I'm saying is, it can't be a barker, it can't be noisy, it has to be well behaved. You're more than welcome to bring a dog with you if you're just a spectator. I have no problems with you doing that. Also, while we're talking about that, for the gala dinner, you are also allowed to bring your dog to the dinner, but it will be in a located area. So I'm not going to have 200 people around having dinner with 200 dogs in the same room. It will be in a located area right next to the gala dinner hall. So you're more than welcome to bring your dogs there also, which will be a big help for people staying in hotels who don't want to leave their dogs in the room.
Cool.
All good?
I've got another question if you want.
Go ahead.
How much growth does the coat need, and what length, i.e. cockapoo?
Okay, how much growth? Another very, very good question. The ideal coat growth is 6 weeks. Most shows say the dog has to have 6 weeks of growth or show a distinct difference. I do really like to see dogs coming in the ring showing a distinct difference. And I'm not talking for myself. A lot of people complain about it when they see people coming in the ring and they're taking the very, very ends off a dog's coat and sometimes even placing. So there are going to be strict rules with that. The judges will tell a person if their dog doesn't have a sufficient amount of coat. However, 6 weeks of growth on any breed would show a distinct difference. On most breeds, I should say.
Another question, if you want. When did entries close?
Entries close. Well, I would love entries to close 2 weeks before the show. However, my little monsters, meaning my groomers, I know how busy you guys are, and sometimes you forget. And you get. But Amy Manser got her entry in, which I'm really proud of. You know, well done to Amy. So I would love to get entries in 2 weeks before. I would say the deadline would be a week before the show, because that way we can get the paperwork all sorted. And while we're on that note, I want to say, make sure you get to your class on time. I can't have people walking into a class while it's just started. And also, it's for your own well-being. You know, when you get to a show, you don't want to run into the show, get the dog set up, because the dog feels your stress. You don't want to walk in and be stressed out, because the dog's going to feel it, and you know it's not going to be good for either one of you.
Is there a drying area if it happens to be
There's going to, and that's another good thing about Peterborough, which I should have said in the first question. We are going to have a drying area for you to dry your dogs, and also we're going to have a couple of grooming vans there for you to wash your dogs. So if you have a dog which needs a really, really good fresh wash, you can do that. Yeah. So it's really, really good. And also we have the freshen up before Best in Show. Now, this has been a controversial subject. Sue Zacco in America was the first person that came up with this for her show in Boston. When you qualify for Best in Show, it's going to be the first place dogs from the Open Division, which is i.e. Champ Division, and the Intermediate Division. Before you go into Best in Show, you have 10 minutes to freshen up that dog, meaning with scissors and your comb. Now, a lot of people said that's not fair. Remember, the judges already know what your dog has looked like after they've judged it. And 10 minutes, you can make a dog look incredibly, you can improve it, or you can ruin it. So you have to use them 10 minutes really, really wisely.
When's the best time to get a critique when you've entered a competition? Because it's always a busy day.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You know, there's a lot going on. When is the best time?
Right after the class. However, I say that the problem is you have to grab the judge right after the class, because it's fresh in the judge's mind about what dog you groomed. However, sometimes the judge is going to a seminar or maybe into another class. So this year at Mastergroom, we are going to be doing critiques while the judges are judging your dog after you groomed them. Now, that's also been a controversial subject. However, Sally Hawkes did it at Mastergroom a couple of years ago, and it's a very generic critique. You won't know if you've placed, and you won't know if you haven't placed, but you will know when a judge pulls out hair, and they can give you a very, a generic critique about the dog, what you can do to improve it, whether it comes to stacking, or if they pulled out a hair, they're going to show you that hair they pulled out. And so that way, at the end of that class, you really do know. If you don't place, you kind of got a good idea why. And also remember, competition, you guys are all winners. It is really, really takes a lot of balls to get into a competition ring and groom a dog. And sometimes you learn more from not placing than what you do from placing. And I really stress to people, even when you get first, second or third, to ask your judges still, because just because you placed doesn't mean to say it was perfect.
No.
Sometimes you've got big mistakes. Definitely. Anyway, I think that comes to an end, right?
Yeah.
So that's Mastergroom, www.mastergroom.org. I'm Colin Taylor, Linda Williams, and we see you soon. Bye.
Bye.